ball pythons, ball pythons, ball pythons. We've got ball pythons. You want ball pythons? Come check them out. NewEnglandReptileStore.com. Ball pythons, ball pythons, ball pythons. They're fucking everywhere! Yeah, oh, they're cute and tiny. We got 20,000 of them. Come buy them. They're not free. You gotta buy them. We need your fucking money. You need our fucking snakes. Look at them all. Everywhere. Ball pythons. That one already wants to come to your home and be your pet. We have too many freaking ball pythons. Ball pythons. This one's gonna bite me in a second. Ball pythons. Come fucking buy the ball pythons. Only here at Nerd. They're expensive, but it's worth it.
Oh, I gotta turn my camera on, dude.
You didn't turn your camera on?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. What's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about Pied Ball Pythons, and I'm actually going to tell you why I don't like the spider gene when you mix it with Pied. I was answering a text message from the guy that came to my show yesterday.
Boyfriend material?
Maybe.
What do you want?
What? It's a ball python.
Welcome
What's
back.
up?
Geeking out.
All right. Woo!
Yeah. I don't know what this looks like.
I have to match the camera.
I don't know if this is gonna look all right. Okay.
It's not.
Okay. I get excited. I just shake.
Woo!
This is our manager.
What's up?
So I just want to let you guys know that Jeremy just had a meeting where he yelled at everybody.
I did.
And now he's happy.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
It's a teacher thing.
He likes to make eye contact.
Come on, dude. Tell me that's not a teacher thing. Hey! Shut your mouth!
And then stare.
Okay. So, it's like that death eye contact,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, back to the lesson.
Yes.
And you're like,
But you know secretly you hate that kid forever. But like the kid,
Sometimes.
you can't let the kid know that. Come here, Johnny. Take your shirt off and stand in the corner the entire video.
is this that's what he wanted. That's the show. That's all I wanted.
All you're gonna get is mean comments. I don't know why you want to be in the video. Sure, yeah, just the... Okay, back to this.
All right.
Hi.
Woo! What's up?
Okay, so what are we looking at?
We're talking about Pieds. But this time we're talking about Pied Ball Pythons. So Kev just did some things with some Pied retics. So piebaldism is this genetic trait where we start to see blotches of white, random blotches of white come up on a snake.
Is piebaldism the real phrase? Or you make
Well, we call it piebald. I'll say piebaldism to just describe what we're looking at here. So the Piedbald Ball Python was first proven genetic by Pete Call in 1997. And I mean, this was like probably the most sought after ball python mutation, single gene ball python mutation that has ever existed, and still is one of the most desired. And one of the coolest things about it is it's totally random. So you can't breed. We'd say this is like a lower medium white pied, so there's still a lot of normal color and pattern to the animal. So you couldn't breed two of these together and then get a whole clutch of pieds that had the same amount of white. You could produce pieds that had really low white or really high white, so it's totally random, which is one of the coolest things about this gene.
Yep.
Yeah! Ceiling shot! Ceiling shot! Love it. So another cool thing with pied is if you look right around the white here, we get a lot of this orange that kind of pops up. That's definitely pretty interesting. So sometimes you can put that into certain mutations and make this orange really, really pop. So we're going to take a look at another pied. This is actually a pied het for clown. But look at how low white that is. So there's so much more pattern on this. Here's a lot more of that orange, right where the white is. So that's very cool. So, how can you not like that? So we're looking at it's the exact same mutation besides the fact that this one is het clown, but two totally varying degrees of white. And that's probably one of the most ridiculous things about the piebald gene is it's so variable. Okay, so we're gonna adventure into the world of pied a little bit more. So this is a pastel coral glow pied. That's also from our odium stuff. So We can tell it's pastel, obviously because the head is much more faded, so it's kind of a duller purple. The pastel does that with coral glow. Obviously it's coral glow, it's purple and yellow. And then the pied, this is a really high white animal, so this is like an 85-90% white animal, which is really, really sweet. And again, totally random. So we did not know it was going to hatch out like this. So this is a pastel coral glow Enchi pied.
And now pull it right up here.
Yep.
It's a whole lot easier. Oh, this guy generally killing it.
Got
Okay,
it.
we're out of space. Okay. That's cool.
So Enchi and pied work really, really interestingly together. So Enchi actually suppresses pied. So what I mean by that is we can kind of control, it's still random how much white is going to be on the animal, but Enchi tends to really make sure that there's a decent amount of pattern available on that animal. So this is probably one of the higher white Enchi pieds that I've ever seen. And that's not saying much because, I mean, this is, I'd say 45% white. So we get a lot more pattern, which means we have a lot more to start to play with. If we really want to kind of mess around with the rest of the pattern of the snake, Enchi is key in making that a possibility. So we can explore that even further. I'll keep that girl there.
No, that's the sound of me running out of focus. That's cool.
What?
So everybody knows, I've almost mastered the gimbal. Almost. I have a very, very heavy camera, so I need a special gimbal to move it, and everything's manual focus. That's why you'll see me screw up the focus sometimes.
This is an Enchi pinstripe pied. So Enchi again is dialing back the pied. Pins tend to be a little bit higher white, but since we've added the pinstripe with the Enchi, notice that the striping that we're seeing on this animal gets totally reduced out. So we start to see what the pinstripe influence really does to the pattern in a pied animal. This is also an Enchi pin pied, no white on this animal. So this is totally random. These are both the same thing. They're from different clutches, but both Enchi pin pieds. And this animal looks so cool. So we just get a little bit of white towards the back here. And a little bit on that side. Voila. We're not seeing like how on this Enchi pin pied we see some of that striping that we see kind of with pied naturally. On this Enchi pin pied, the pattern's just totally gotten broken up. So we can kind of see the remnant of what would be considered a stripe, but it gets totally broken up. So Enchi really just masks everything that's happening here. So this is just a really, really neat animal. So, like I said, if you want to see what's possible with the rest of the color palette in pied, throwing Enchi into the mix is a necessity. This is just a pin pied. There's no Enchi in this. So, one of the initial things that we're going to see is this animal is very white. So, again, it's pretty random, but pin sometimes makes an animal express a lot more white. But you can kind of see this pinstripe stripe on the normal pied pattern. It's not quite as, the brown is not quite as bright as it is in the Enchi pin pied, but it's still pretty interesting. So we're just looking at a snake now that just has a reduced pattern where the pied pattern would actually be. But it's pretty sweet. And we can continue to just explore pied. But I wanted to talk about this in particular. So pinstripe makes a higher white pied, but you can still see a lot of the body pattern of the animal. So it's still, in my eyes, for what I like out of pieds, I still can get that enjoyment. I see the regular pattern and then the blotches of white. The opposite side of the spectrum is putting something in it that essentially makes the animal all white, and that would be the Spiderball Python. Now this one has a pretty interesting head, so I do like this because the head pattern is very, very bizarre, but it's all ready for the close-up. Look at that. Boom.
Am I ready for the close-up?
Are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that.
So it's got a really neat head, but the rest of the snake is all white. So some people who like the high white animals, a spider pied is perfect for what you want. Personally, I like my pieds to have a bit more pattern to them. So spider pieds, something that I would want to avoid. But it's still a really cool animal, I can't lie. That head pattern is what really is. Another ceiling shot? Yeah, look, it's Donny again, guys.
I can't stand it.
Yeah!
Oh, you know what? These little imperfections make our videos better.
Yes.
You know?
Everybody gets.
Do you want me to get a tripod, everybody? No, you don't. Trust me, we've tried it. It sucks.
It's true. It's not good.
It's so bad.
Okay, so one step further here. This is a Coral Glow Bumblebee pied. So we've added pastel, but guess what? It's still all white.
And you don't like it.
I'm not a fan of it.
He's a fan of color.
I enjoy color. Yep.
In snakes and his personal life.
Yeah, I enjoy lots of color. So this animal, again, I will say this animal has a really interesting head. There's almost no pattern on it whatsoever. So that is pretty neat. I do like that. But again, my personal taste is I want some kind of splash of color somewhere else in the snake other than the head. So for those high white pied lovers, Spider is your go-to gene. So this is Spider Enchi Super Stripe Pied. And it has the all-white pied belly. So the amazing thing is, look at all this color and pattern that we have on this animal. And definitely not what I was expecting. I don't really know what I was expecting when I saw this clutch hatch, but certainly not this amount of pattern on a Spider Enchi pied combo at all. So this is a pretty unique, and I really dig it. So there's a lot of exploration still to be had with the pied and Spider and Enchi and all those different combinations. But if you like pied with pattern like me, this is something that you want to aim towards producing or purchasing, because we have a lot of ball pythons to purchase.
So, we have too many ball pythons.
We have a lot of ball.
They're fucking everywhere!
We're going to start downsizing some ball pythons, which I'm pretty excited about because it means we really get to focus in on stuff. And there's a lot of animals here, which means we're producing a lot of animals, which is awesome because these snakes are absolutely amazing. But it's really easy to get inundated with babies, and we produce a lot of babies this year. So we're going to reduce the amount of, we have a lot of single gene and simple double gene animals that we just simply don't need for breeding anymore because of all of the other stuff we have. Like he's got those Odium Beast combos that are 7 or 8 genes in them. So we don't really need the single and double gene animals anymore. So we're going to be downsizing that. And believe it or not, we have quite a few of those. So this is going to give us the chance to really focus and dial in on some projects, which means the caliber of what we're producing. The caliber that we've got is already up here, but we're literally just going to take that to a whole other level and really zero in on that. So I'm very excited for that because it's gonna really showcase what we can do here at Nerd. And I'm also excited because it provides the customer with some pretty sweet ball pythons, especially if you're looking into getting into breeding ball pythons. We'll have some opportunities for you to get some animals at a fair price that are ready to breed ASAP, which is sweet.
Where do we sell those?
We're going to sell them on the website. Kevin's going to stand outside right at the Nerd sign and just start throwing ball pythons at cars.
Yeah.
No. So all of those will start to be available. We already have some already posted on the website, on our website, this place.
New England Reptile Store.com.
New England Reptile Store.com. Go there. Buy some ball pythons because we have so many ball pythons. It's absolutely ridiculous. Buy the ball pythons.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. Don't force them. You gotta make them think it's their idea.
No, you need to buy the ball pythons.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's pie. Woo! Pie!
We did it!
Yeah!
Yeah! Dude, do a rotation. I'm doing
It's the slowest rotation.
Oh, we'll go faster!
Ever. Woo!
Woo! There it is. Yeah, all right.
Oh, this retake wants to eat me now.